Hi ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies with coloradoreinsman. I am back in the pen today with Patsy, one of my two Mustang Mares from the Great Escape Mustang Sanctuary here in Colorado. And Patsy has come along. I've had one or two larger sessions, and then I've just got her down to where if I walk in for 4 or 5 minutes, got her where I don't have to pull her. I can walk up and she'll get herself back in that sweet spot in the loafing shed that we've created, and I can pet her on the shoulder. Difference between this mare and Loretta, this girl has a lot more of a reactive personality. She's still got quite a bit of fear overall with contact with humans, but she's showing me that she's starting to release. Now, for you who are watching this in the training package, I'm going to explain a couple things about personality here. She's a very sweet horse. When she gives, she's going to give big. How long do you take? Well, for you at home, take as long as you want to, as long as you're comfortable. Okay? As a trainer, I'm going to have quite a few of these horses to do, so I do need to make progress a little faster than, say, you at home. If you've gone out and adopted your first Mustang and you don't have a professional there to help you, and you're watching these videos, and I'm going to say to you, take as long as it takes. You have no time limit. I will push the envelope a little bit. So where I may take it to the next step, I'm going to give you an option down the road that you can take it to the next step, but I want you to understand that there is no time constraints for you. If your horse is giving, you can continue that work. For me, if I worked with this mare for 2 weeks, she'd eventually give enough to where I'd pet her all over. Do I want to take 2 weeks just on that issue? No, I want this horse ridden in 2 weeks. I want her moving forward so I can make room for the next horses that need to come in. And I'll have her calm and trusting and everything else. I'll show you right now where I'm at with her. So if I approach her, she's going to look at me, she's going to walk up into this loafing shed. If I can approach her right here, she's going to say, well, you're scaring me. She's going to avoid me. And I'm going to push her off here. Ask her to get in her spot. I'm going to take the pressure off right there. Because I was within about 1.5 feet, 2 feet of her. And you saw that she followed me up, said, okay, now I should be able to approach in and pet her. So I was able to approach and pet her on the shoulder. As you see, she's followed me up. Now that's great progress for this little mare. And I'm really liking that. How long will it take me to get to a point where I can get that tag off of her neck and get a halter on her? Well, it depends on her. Now my body language, I want to face her rear end. I want to put pressure towards the rear end so she doesn't run off. But I'm going to push her back up in here. I'm going to push at her. I'm going to lower my energy. Be in a nice relaxed state of mind. there you see, we got a much more reactive horse. And you have to be prepared to either get out of the way. Now this horse is also defensive, so if you get in a situation and you're out of position, this type of horse will kick you. It's not because, you know, she hates you or anything. You can't take it personal. She's being a horse. So what do I want to do from here to move up the energy and make a bit of a progress? So as you see, this mare is fairly reactive still, and I need to take this horse to a little higher level here fairly quick. I want to get that tag off her neck and make her more comfortable. So sometimes as a trainer, I have to risk doing a little setback to move her forward. So I might lose a little bit of the basic trust that I've got walking up and petting her, but if I put some bigger pressure on her, freak her out a little bit, let her go ahead and freak out, show her that she's not going to get hurt, I'll take her to a higher level. And I've got some tools lined up here. I'm going to work on getting her handled a little bit more, both sides. I'll take her past this fear a lot quicker than if I just approach and retreat and pet her on that one spot on the shoulder for 2 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and pet her one more time, and then I'm going to get one of my ropes out here and work on just tossing it over her a little bit and let her go ahead and freak out. And then I've got a bigger, longer rope that I'm going to toss over her. The first rope I'll use is the shorter black rope that I used on Loretta. But this horse, I'm not going to reach too close down to her to pick up the rope because she'll clock in the top of the head. So I'm going to approach and retreat one more time. I'm going to pet her and retreat one more time. And then I'm going to move on to getting my ropes out. Let her go ahead and find her place back up in the loafing shed. Right in that position. See, she's always so ready to run off in fear. I'm gonna introduce my big, heavier, longer rope to her. So what I've got here is a big, long, heavy cotton rope. So I'm going to introduce this to her. She's going to freak out when I toss it. I know that, and I don't really care. That's on her. But she's going to learn that I'm not going to hurt her. See, she's already freaking out just when she sees something. She's going to move around. And I'm just going to toss it right there, and then I'm going to walk away. I'm going to toss it on the ground a couple times. Now, I have a long lariat, a triple soft lariat, that I could throw over her neck. But when I put pressure on that, it's going to create a little choke on her. And I don't want to choke this horse. I don't want to cause this horse any more fear than she's already going to have. So this is a nice long rope. So I'm going to be able to reel her in. If I get it over her neck, and I can reel her in with it, it's going to be great. I'll let her. She can freak out, and she's going to learn that this isn't killing her. And again, it touched her and didn't kill her. Good girl. That's what I want, right there. Let her feel that. Let her drag it around. There, she didn't panic that much with it. It's going to take a few times to get this down. And it's funny because you watch how I put more pressure on her and she comes to me. She's going, what the world are you doing? That's what I'm looking for. Just have it on her. Have it touching her. Look at her come to me with it. That's what I'm looking for. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Now this is perfect. Now what if she gets tangled up in it? What if she does? It's a big soft rope. It comes out. Right now she thinks I'm touching her all over the place. Now you see right now why I'm not using a shorter rope, because she strikes and kicks. Well, that's their nature. You got to understand that. You're not going to avoid that if they've got that fear. No, this horse starting would not be for the raw amateur. Now I'm going to ask her to move off. And she's already starting to get more comfortable with the rope band around her. She's not kicking at it so much. So is this a terrible technique? I'll leave that up to you. You do what you want to do. Right now, she's being touched all over, around her legs, around her back, around her sides. She's calming down. She's sweating up because she had anxiety. Get off that pressure right there. That's what I'm looking for. I put a little pressure on her and she got off of it. Right there. These are the things I look for. Good girl. Now I've got what I'm looking for. Now I've got what I'm looking for. Now I've got it. And push her my way and let her go. Pull her my way and let her go. Pull her my way. And let her go right there. Pull her my way and let her go. This rope a little bit. Just to close down that loop so hopefully she doesn't duck out. Now, get her to face me up. Woo! So that's a lot of work. In fact, I'm going to have to shed the jacket here. I'm going to twist this rope now. I'm going to twist it until the hole around her neck gets a little smaller. But see, there won't be any choking. She wants to go, I make her face me up. Go that way, make her face me up. Get her off that pressure. Good. Now she's gotten all excited here, but she's facing me up. She's none the worse for wear. Got a few scratches from going up against the fence. I'm going to ask her to smell my hand. She wants to go away. I'm going to put a little pressure on her. I'm going to say, get off that pressure. Good girl. I'm going to come up here and say, get off that pressure. Get off that pressure. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Don't raise up. Don't raise up. Don't rear up. Good girl. One out here. Get her to face me. Good girl. Get her to face me. Good girl. Get her to face me. Take that step over. Good girl. Good girl. Now I'm going to ask her to come here. So I've got a little control on her. I've got to rebuild my touch. She wants to retreat. One pressure on her right there, and then take that pressure off right there. And let her just stand there for a minute and think about it. Whew. She's got all this anxiety and said, oh my God, you're hurting me. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not hurting her. I am demanding a little bit more of her today. I'm saying, give me some release. If we be here for a month playing these games. Good girl. I'm going to walk off right there because she just walked towards me 2 steps. Very good. I'm going to take that pressure off. There we go. Right there, I take that pressure off. She wants to get along. She just doesn't know how. Good girl. I really want to get her to give to me facing me up. Little pressure, little pressure. Little pressure, and face me up and release right there. Okay, that was a good thing. See, she would avoid all the time if possible. Whew. Good girl. All right, she wants to go off. I'm gonna make her face me up right there. So now you're gonna see me put some big pressure on her. Make her go off. Put some big pressure on her right there. Okay? Make her go off. Put some big pressure on her right there. Licking and chewing. Good girl. Just let her be with me right there. No, I'm not letting her make her own decisions. I'm not letting her dictate when she's going to be gentled up. I'm telling her right now, let's get this going. She's going to find that there's no pressure close to me, so I'm not going to put any pressure on as long as I'm reaching in. When she goes away, I'm going to put pressure. When she goes away, I'm going to put pressure. I'm going to ask her to come back out here. I just got 4 or 5 steps. Now I'm going to send her off again. I'm going to give her the doorway open right here. And then I'm going to tell her, that's enough. I'm going to say, that's enough. Come on. I'm going to send her off that way again. And then I'm going to say right here is where there's no pressure. With me is no pressure. There's no pressure when I'm approaching. Don't go away. I'm going to pull the pressure here to get her to come back. 1, 2. There you go. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good girl. Good girl. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good girl. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good girl. 1, 2. Whatever she takes away from me, I'm going to gain back. Right there, I'm going to gain that back. I'm going to gain it back. I'm going to gain it back. Good girl. Let's get some more. Let's get some more. Let's get some more. Just get her off of that. Good girl. Get her up. Good girl. All right. Good girl. I just took the pressure off because I let her smell my hand. Woo! And there she followed me right up. Good girl. Boy, I'll let her think about that for a little bit. Yeah, I know, Mama. I know. Good girl. I know. She faced me and got the pressure on. Good girl. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go back to some of my original tools. Now that I've got a little handle on her front end, I'm going to reach in here with my stick. Let her smell it. Take it away. I'm going to get in here, reach over and touch her. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And I'm going to ask her to come back out. So I actually want to move her around to a position different than inside the loafing shed and touch her out here. Good girl. I don't want her in the loafing shed where I touch her anymore. Now I want to create a sweet spot anywhere in this arena. I'm going to come in here. Let's get to where I can touch her out here. Good girl. That's what I'm talking about. Let me just touch her on her neck right there. Good girl. There we go. That's a lot for that little mare. I'm going to ask her to step towards me. No loafing shed. See, now she's finding a sweet spot along this fence. And that's real good right there. Oh, I know. I know. Look at you. Now I'll take that pressure off. Getting closer and closer all the time. Good girl, really rubbing this neck, desensitizing her to the rubbing. Good girl. Bring her my way just a little bit. I'm going to shorten up my rope here. Started a lot higher this time. Good girl. Okay. Come with me. Come with me. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I know, Mommy. I know. So she's kind of getting overloaded now. We've worked for a long time. I'm going to do my best to get that tag up on the side of her neck here. So I've got a place where I can snip it. Because I think I might be able to get it today. She's kind of telling me there's a time when we just say, no more. Yes, I know. Comes a time when she says no more. Good girl. Good girl. Here's your baby. If she goes away, I gotta tell her, don't go away. Getting to that point where enough is enough. Good girl. Well, I got hold of the string. Was able to turn that tag a little bit. Because that was a little bit much for her. So I'm going to get her back to calm and relaxed. Said, I don't know what you're doing. That was a new thing. Touching that tag almost every time. Good girl. Good. Don't strike. She's just protesting right now. Okay. I know. She's basically telling me that she has just about had enough today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a real long session with this little girl today. We've made real good progress with her. You know, she's calmed down so much. She realizes this rope's not going to kill her, so next time I come in, the rope won't be such an issue. She'll run around at first. So my ability to walk up in here and pet her has improved greatly. So, yes. And just being in this close proximity to her has helped a lot. I'm not going to be able to get that tag off today. She's had a long day. It's been about 2 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and untwist my rope. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've gone ahead and taken my my white rope off. This little girl's had an awful big day. She's come a long way. And I'd love to see if I could just get up in here and touch her. Now that is a huge, huge improvement. So people who might say, well, you sure you did some cowboy thing with a rope. No, I helped this horse get above where she was. Remember, I could only reach her in the round pen before. Now I'm out here in the open and able to touch her. So that's a huge improvement. Next time I come in, I put the rope on her again. I have got a lead rope. I'm going to try to get that tag. Every time I'm going to get closer and closer getting that tag off. I've got to be able to get these little nippers right here up underneath there and cut that rope, unless I can untie it. But she's not ready to give that up yet. We've had a great day with this little mare. This is Patsy, and she has come so far. You know, this is her test. That's her test. What a great little student she is. She's a good baby. She says she's ready for some water and food, and she's not going to be so scared next time, she says. And she's not going to avoid me as much when I come in here. That's fantastic. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, you take as long as you need to do when you're taming these Mustangs and gentling them. I'm going to put a little more pressure on. I'm going to take a little bit more levels at a time than maybe you need to. But she understands where we're at, and we're going to do just fine. So, you're a good girl. Yes, you are. All right. Take care. Stay tuned.